It's your boy BrandNewMac bringing you a fighter build tutorial. This is going to focus on my 4 Star Robert Whittaker. I'm going to show you what I do with him, what moves I use and what stats to focus on in the current meta. Right, let's get started. Now I do want to say before I start applying moves that these stats and these moves are effective for my playstyle and what I believe to be strongest in Ultimate Team in the minute. Just because it works for me doesn't guarantee it'll work for you. If you follow a similar playstyle however, you should have good success. So starting off with arm slots. Also, when you look at my moves, you might think a lot of event moves. Even though there's a lot of event moves, you can definitely replace those with just the standard variants. Not going to be quite as strong, but just use the 6+ instead of the 7+ variation, and you should be good to go. So the main stat that I focus on at the moment is speed. So I apply this lead hook. And what I'll do is, I usually focus on the stat that I want to bring up the most highest first, and then I'll build around that gradually afterwards. Now I know if a lot of you play Ultimate Team a lot, you'll have a good grasp of what cards you have and haven't got. At the moment I'm looking for my looping cross. Now this is the best straight in Ultimate Team, I don't think there's any debate about that. So if you've got a looping cross and it's got good stats, definitely use that. And as you can see, speed already 89, which is a good start. After speed, you want to bring up power and accuracy. Power more over than accuracy, and head movement. The rest of the stats I'm honestly not that concerned about. In order, in terms of like the most useless stats, switch is the most useless, footwork second most, then block, and then I changed my mind between accuracy and head movement. So if you've got the cards, accuracy and head movement next, speed and power priority. So I'm going to put the body straight on, again good stats, takes away from switch, -3, perfect. That's how I look at the cards when I apply, what do they take away from. Again, body jab, perfect. Only takes away from footwork and switch, I don't care about at all. So we're already on to leg slots. Now this is the thing, you don't have to apply just leg slot cards to kicks. You can decide what you think is the best for your overall build. So I know for a fact I want to use the spinning heel kick, the best kick in Ultimate Team, easily. Devastating power. This goes on every single one of my fighters, even my grapplers. So if you've got a spinning heel kick, whether it be a special event version or just a normal version, always apply this. If you can't combo it, learn how to combo it. It can be used in loads of different situations, in setups, in guard breakers. Just a really good strong card to use. And as I've got the Cain Velasquez +7 speed one, my most desirable stat, then I'm going to put that on. That goes on every one of my fighters at the moment. So as we look at it, power is lagging behind a little bit, so that'll be the next card I apply, will be a power card. Now, what I'll do is, I'll scan through my cards and see what I like the look of. So I sometimes like to use a question mark kick, but that's not got any power on it. So I'll keep looking across. Lead, knee and block, not bad. I'd prefer that to be on the body knee, accuracy and speed. So I'll keep looking. Now lead leg kick I think I use a lot, so that's one I will consider. Power and block is what I'm looking for. It's only going to take away from speed and footwork. Speed's already way overjacked, so that's an option. Lead roundhouse is also an option. Really good for getting people with head movement. Question mark kick with power and block, another option. Question mark kick you have to be careful with. You have to really set that up with leg kicks. I think I'll go with the question mark kick though at this moment in time. So I'm running 2 kicks at the moment, I'm looking at my stats. I'm thinking this already looks pretty, like if I had to fight with this I'd do perfectly fine. Now the question what I do is, here is what do I prioritise the most? Do I prioritise moves that are going to combo? Do I go for the stats? Or do I go for moves that I just like to use and comfortable with? For me, on the stand-up, you want to go for stuff that is mostly stats. Now the spinning back fist is going to bring up my lowest 2 stats that I'm concerned about. Only take away from footwork and speed. Another perfect choice. It's not a leg move, but because chemistry means hardly anything at the moment. Just ignore that altogether when building your fighters. So again, I'm looking at my stats. The 2 ones I consider the most useless, the only ones that are being affected negatively. So far I'm really happy with all this. Know how to use all my moves, they all combo well together. And I'm going to round it out. I'd like to bring accuracy up a little bit. If I could do that with a card that gives me accuracy and speed, I might go for that. So a quick look. The other option is to bring up power. Lead roundhouse is an option. I would rather it didn't take away from a head movement though. So I'm going to look for a +6 accuracy card. See what I've got with that on it. Lead overhand is not a very good card. I could use it just purely for the stats, but I'm never going to throw it in a fight. Superman elbow, again I don't think it's very good at all. Lead body knee. I've already looked at that, that's not the one we want. We want accuracy +6, body knee. Here we go. Strong card, good stats. Only takes away 3 switch, we don't care about, and only 1 head movement, which is a lot better. And that's a really nice even set of stand-up stats with the priority on speed, then power, accuracy and head movement next, footwork and switch at the lowest. And you block, 81 block is fine, you don't need more than that at all. The thing that's missing off this build is an overhand. Now, since the tuner update where they buff straights, I actually think overhands are well, not completely useless, but nowhere near as strong as they were before. So I'm completely fine with leaving off the overhand. So that's the stand-up stats I will be going with, and that's what I'll be using online. And now we move to grappling. Now, the way I set this grappling up is very, very specific for my style and for certain situations. It's not an all-round grappling game. I mean, it has got elements of all-round game, and you can survive and do all manner of things, but it definitely zeroes in on a couple of core strengths. So the first thing we're going to focus on is clinch control. So I know I'm going to use the cane clinch, +7. And again, if you haven't got these event cards, +6 is just as good. Cyborg, +7 again. Perfect. Now, I've already got 90 clinch control from 2 cards. Now if you're only using +6s, you'll have 88, which is still good. The next thing that I know that I want on, for using on the ground, is 3-star wrestling transitions. Now 3-star wrestling transitions will give you the crucifix and stacked guard. And if you don't know what a move gives you, you click on your right stick and you can see. You watch the animation play out in the other window and it will show you all the things that this card gives you. And one of them is crucifix. So if people wonder why they can't get crucifix, you need 3-star gold wrestling transitions. So we'll equip that. Wrestling reversals I also want on. Wrestling reversals gives you the ability to catch punches from back mount. And you'll see it in a second. That when someone's on your back, it gives you the ability to hold right trigger and flick your stick one way, and it will catch a punch and shake them off, which is really good if you're against another ground fighter who's trying to control you and you want to get back to your feet. It also gives you crucifix reversal. Excuse me. There you go, you see that animation there, that's how you catch the punch, and you do that by holding right trigger and flicking the right stick. It also gives you the judo throw as well, so a really good card. So I'm going to use that. Takedown defense is fine. It's not my favourite stat to have on this build, but it'll do. So as you can see, so next thing we want to look at is bottom and sub offense. Sub offense. So we go for sub offense. Now, important submissions, guillotine. You really want a 3-star guillotine, and the reason for that is because it gives you the counter guillotine from the clinch. You hold right trigger, left trigger and down, it'll give you the counter guillotine off a single leg when someone's doing a single leg to you. Now the armbar is really strong. I think I've got 2 armbars. Yeah, so that gives you sub D and bot, or what's the other one I've got? Sub offense and top, so obviously going to go with that one. Now, the armbar is really strong because it gives you a submission from guard, it gives you a submission from mount, it gives you a submission from backside control, and it gives you a finish the fight submission as well. So gold armbar, really, really good in Ultimate Team. Looking at our stats, top game's already pretty decent. What we want is some more bottom and sub offense. So we'll put this triangle on. It affects our clinch control, but still be really high clinch control with this. So triangle's a no-brainer. Now we're looking at our stats again. We need to bring up bottom some more. The reason we want that is because bottom, you need to get your bot stat to about 80, 85, and then you'll still be able to handle good grapplers with high rating on top of you. BJJ reversals, so that's always going to be handy. So I'll apply that. Again, affects clinch control. I'm still happy enough with 91 though. Sub-offense and top. Arm triangle is a good option. More than likely going to go with arm triangle. Really nice, diverse submission. At this point though, it's going to bring our clinch control down to where I'm going to want to put it up again. Move this over here for a second. So we're going to want one more clinch control card. Now double under clinch takes away from sub offense and one from top, which is okay, but I think we can do better. Let's have a look what we've got. And this is just the thought process, is checking your stats up top and then making sure you've got moves that you want along with good stats. Now, this is a super, cannot overstate how important this card is. This makes your clinch game, this will take your clinch game to a whole new level, which is the most effective way of currently taking people down. Without this card, my clinch is half as effective. And that's because it sets up all kinds of manner of fakes and another option for an animation for a takedown that people aren't usually used to. So outside trips, vital. Gives us 100 sub offense, which will come down when we apply more clinch control, but it's still great to have it for the time being. And we're still looking away to boost our bottom control. I want one more bottom control card and one more clinch control card to round this out. The thing that strikes me the first is to go for the dash choke. This is a submission from bottom side control, which a lot of people don't expect, and it also gives you another finish the fight option. So I will be tempted to go with that, paired with the Kimura. Now, the Kimura is another one where if you get someone in the clinch and they're also a grappler and they take a takedown, if you've got Kimura and guillotine equipped, you can get a guaranteed sub reversal. So if you've got guillotine and Kimura and you're in the clinch and someone goes to take you down, if you hold right trigger, left trigger and down on the Xbox and R2, L2 and down on the PlayStation, you will get a guaranteed counter submission that's 2 gates. That's got 6+ TDD, which is a kind of an issue because I don't want +6 TDD. So when it comes to that, I keep moving along, see if I've got anything else. Going into the silver cards, which I'm not going to touch because I think I've got better stuff here. Knee bar is an option. The knee bar is an option because it gives you a counter knee bar and a submission from guard, which I've really been liking that a lot recently, so I'm going to go with that. And then my choice now is, do I want more clinch control or do I want more bottom game? Now me personally, I feel fine on the bottom no matter what I have. I'm more concerned about getting the fight to the ground, so I'm probably going to go with clinch control. So this is the decision you come across a lot. This will take my bottom game to 79, which I'm not actually that comfortable with. And my sub D to 77, kind of low. So we might have to reshuffle these cards a little bit until we bring everything back in line. Sub D and bot, and only one off clinch control. Definitely viable. So we'll look for any more sub D cards. What we'll do is we'll put the armbar on that has sub D and bot, and we'll take away the other armbar that has sub offense and top. Yeah, that's much better. And then what we'll do is we'll add a clinch card, and I'm much more happier with that. I love setting up you guys, making compromises, making sure you're getting the best at your cards where you can. Now that to me looks a lot better. 82 bottom game is sufficeable. Some people will be able to get on top of me and do okay, but I feel perfectly fine with that. I feel like my sub defense is high enough to get rid of subs. I've got counter submissions. That's a counter from half guard. That's a counter from a takedown from the clinch. So I've got counter submissions, I've got BJJ reversals, I've got wrestling transitions, I've got wrestling reversals. So I've got a strong plethora of tools with the slots I've used, and all this can be set up by taking people down from the clinch with the outside trip, and obviously the really high clinch control. Moving on to training. Now Whittaker's got 8 boost slots, but I'll show you what I'll do with all my other fighters. I've only got 6, and then I'll add Whittaker's last 2 on the end. Now this is something that's important that I didn't know until a week ago, I think. The cards actually have different level boosts. So 8 plus grappling stamina, what you'll find is, it looks, oh yeah, you're just like, oh that's a gold grappling stamina. That's only plus 8. If you go a few pages across, I've got plus 10 ones. Now, I'm sure some people will know that, but not everyone will. So we'll apply, I always go for, when I'm using 6, so make sure again to go to your plus 10 ones. Gold. So we go 2 grappling, make sure we're using the plus 10s. 2 grapple stamina, 2 in endurance. Again, making sure we're on 10s, not 8s or 9s. Number 10 endurance. I'm sure you can guess next is 10 in strike and stamina. If we've got them. Yeah, right at the end, page 6. And that is how I will set up every fighter that I use that isn't a set fighter or a 4 or 5 star. That is the setup I always use, and that never changes. Now, because we've got 2 extra slots to play with on Whittaker, I usually add 1 to chin. See if I've got a gold chin. I think I've only got a plus 9 chin. Yeah, so plus 9 on the chin. And in the current meta where rocks and wobbles are so vital, I like to go with heart, because it reduces the speed and how long you're. If you're rocked for a short period of time, there's less chance of them following up with a knockdown, and that's my thought process. Because if you get knocked down, you lose a massive chunk of stamina, and this might change in the future. But for right now, I like to use the 10 plus heart. So for perks, what I use for perks, I usually use silver perks just because they last longer, and I don't like changing them. I don't like reapplying them. So I'll go with, I always use tree chopper. Leg kicks are really important. And obviously you can just use the gold version of these. This is just me being lazy, so I don't have to reapply them all the time. So we can start with tree chopper. Risk reward. Helps you get people through people's guard when they're in a health event. Tie terror for the clinch. And like I said, you can just use the gold versions of this. And higher altitude or marathoner. I think I'm going to go with marathoner. The one I prefer. Now that's the kind of setup that I'll be looking to run when they introduce permanent perks, which are coming soon, I do believe. And yeah, that's basically how I set up my Robert Whittaker. And as you can see, fantastic results with it. I don't use him exclusively, but that is how I set that up, and I will show you how I set up my other normal gold cards in the future. Thanks for watching. Peace.